This process that we just did to add our new Ganache local chain is also how we're going to add any EVM compatible chain on the planet. We'll just hit add network, and Metamask actually comes built in with a lot of these. And for example, if we wanted to work with Arbitrum 1, we could just hit add, and it would add all this information in for us. Approve. Network adding successfully. But if Metamask doesn't have those built in, that's the process. Now, if we go back to settings, network, localhost, this endpoint is the most important thing you need to send a transaction to a blockchain. You need a connection to a node in order to send transactions to. If you wanted to send transactions to your own node, you would run something like Geth, which is an execution client, and then something maybe like Teku or Prism, which is a consensus client, and send transactions there. I'm not going to go over this right now, but I highly recommend that those of you who are curious, maybe you take some time and you try to run your own Ethereum node. I run many Ethereum nodes, and it's a lot of fun. That's kind of a weird thing to say. It's fun to run nodes. Whatever. It is fun to run nodes. Each one of these blockchains has different methods you could send to them to do things. If you're familiar with APIs and HTTP endpoints, and you go to this Ethereum JSON RPC specification site, you can actually see all the different methods that Ethereum blockchain nodes can make, and most EVM blockchain nodes can make. And when we actually sign and send transactions, it's these calls that we're actually making, like ETH sign transaction, send raw transaction, etc. We're actually not going to be going over interacting with these because Forge actually handles a lot of sending these transactions itself. If you want to learn how to send a raw transaction, making raw API calls to your own Ethereum node or an Ethereum node as a service like Infura or Alchemy, you would do that in a different programming language like Bash, Python, or JavaScript.